Today, we're diving into the story of a true pioneer, a scientist whose incredible work helped pave the way for some of today's biggest scientific breakthroughs. The thing is, for decades, her name was almost completely lost to history. This is the story of Bibha Chowdhuri, a real-life beam of light.
You know, we hear so much about India's amazing scientific achievements today, and rightly so. But every single great story has an origin, right? So today we're going to travel back in time a bit to find the spark that helped light the fire we see today.
I mean, come on, we've all seen these unbelievable images. From the Mars orbiter mission to the Chandrayaan-3 landing on the moon, India's space program has totally captured the world's imagination. And right at the heart of these missions, brilliant women scientists, celebrated for what they've been able to do. It's an incredible story of progress and power. But you have to ask, where did all this start? This kind of success doesn't just pop up out of nowhere. It's built on the shoulders of people who came before, often in much, much tougher times. So who was the pioneer who first carved a path through a world completely dominated by men?
And that question brings us to the hero of our story today, a woman whose name really should be just as famous as the missions she helped inspire.
Meet Bibha Chowdhuri. And get this, she wasn't just a physicist, she was India's first woman physicist. Her story is just this amazing mix of raw intellect, absolute perseverance, and a fight for recognition that literally lasted her entire lifetime.
You know, the word trailblazer gets thrown around a lot, but for Bibha Chowdhuri, it's the absolute perfect fit. She wasn't just joining a field. She was walking into a world that was basically closed off to women and hacking a path through the wilderness for others to follow.
To really get her journey, you have to picture the world she was born into. We're talking 1913, a time when, for so many women in India, just getting an education was a massive struggle, let alone pursuing a career in something as intense as high-energy particle physics. I mean, she was defying the odds from day one.
So, what did this trailblazer actually do? Well, her journey took her from India all the way to the very forefront of physics research in Europe, where she was chasing some of the universe's most mysterious and elusive particles.
Okay, just look at this timeline for a second. It shows a truly mind-blowing career. She kicks things off at the famous Bose Institute, then in 1945 moves to the University of Manchester, which was a global hub for physics at the time. She comes back to India to help build its scientific future, and her work was so important that by 1950 she was nominated for the Nobel Prize.
And this right here really shows the level she was operating at. She wasn't some junior assistant. She was a researcher working side by side with a Nobel laureate, Patrick Blackett, trying to unlock the secrets of cosmic rays. This was the absolute cutting edge of science.
And all that hard work led to a huge discovery, a subatomic particle called the pi-meson. This was a massive deal, a major piece of the puzzle in understanding the fundamental forces that literally hold our universe together.
But here's where the story takes a frustrating turn. Despite her groundbreaking research, Bibha's light, her brilliance, was often hidden in the shadows of her male colleagues.
This quote is it's so powerful and honestly so sad. While the men she worked alongside became these giants of science, known all over the world, her name was just a whisper, only known to the small circle of people who could see her genius up close.
This comparison really puts her struggle into sharp focus. We all know these names: Blackett, Homi J. Bhabha, Vikram Sarabhai. They're the architects of modern science. Bibha Chowdhuri was right there with them. She was their peer, and yet, for way too long, her name was just left out of the history books.
And it was a constant battle. I mean, can you imagine being nominated for a Nobel Prize by the great Erwin Schrodinger himself? A clear sign of your incredible talent, and still not winning? She never received a single major award in her entire life. But what's truly amazing is that she didn't stop. She just kept going, pushing her research forward right up until she passed away in 1991, with her story almost completely forgotten.
But you know what they say, stars aren't meant to stay hidden forever. Decades after she was gone, the very universe she spent her life studying finally gave her the recognition she so deeply deserved.
And then, in 2019, something amazing happened. The International Astronomical Union officially named a star in her honor. Bibha Chowdhuri finally took her rightful place up in the heavens.
The star HD 86081 is now and will forever be known as Bibha. And the name, well, it couldn't be more perfect. In her language, Bibha means beam of light. It's just the most fitting tribute imaginable for a woman who lit the way for so many others.
Yeah, her contributions here on Earth were overlooked for far too long, but her light now shines for eternity in the cosmos. It's a permanent beacon, a beautiful reminder of her quiet strength, and a symbol of hope for anyone who dares to explore the unknown.
And that leaves us with one last, really important question. Bibha Chowdhury's story was rescued from being forgotten. But it makes you wonder, doesn't it? How many other brilliant minds, how many other beams of light are still out there? Their stories just waiting for someone to tell them.